Hi, Kelsey. How are you doing?
Good.
So I'm just checking in to see how things are going.
Um, I mean, honestly, I feel like they've went been pretty good. Um, I don't think I've had a lot really go on, but I
Mhm.
feel like things have just been really good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. We had talked before about some interventions that you were trying. I know you just said that you haven't had a whole lot going on, but just kind of wondering during your busy times how things are going for you as far as those interventions that we've been trying.
So the interventions that I've been kind of working on is more self-care, and I've done really well with that. I'm actually finding myself doing those things more when I notice that I'm like visibly need them. So it's like whenever I get stressed out and I notice that I am, I'll kind of get just kind of crankier.
Hmm.
And so when I start to feel that way, and I'll notice I'll get more anxious too, or I'll be short tempered, or anything like that.
Hmm.
Um, I kind of notice that I'll like distance myself for a minute to do like a moment of like breathing, or anything like that, and that really helps me in that moment, and then I can go back and be like, okay. And then I think it's been about twice a week I've kind of just done something for myself, whether it's going shopping by myself or running to the gas station by myself, just 10-15 minutes where I can just be by myself and I can sit in silence, or I can whatever. I've
Hmm.
been really trying to do things like that just because I know I need them. Like I really do.
So yeah, it sounds like you're really finding time to build in those, self-care times into your schedule, and that's becoming a little bit more natural. And you had mentioned before too, when you're describing that, that you're even understanding when you understand that, you kind of start to get a little cranky or short, like you're finding your triggers too, and you're able to try some of those things that we talked about before it gets to that really frustrating point for you.
Yeah, I definitely have noticed that. And and I know at the beginning I definitely was not doing that. I mean, just looking back at just how I started it, like started with sessions and everything, I was very like down in the dumps, sad,
Hmm.
like laying around a lot, separating myself from my family,
Hmm.
like I wasn't getting things done. And then versus now, it's more of like I'm using the lists. I'm using, time management. I'm doing really well with that. I'm using my calendar and my phone to kind of put in everything that needs done, like appointments or anything,
Hmm.
and that's really helped a lot. And then just doing more self care, like I definitely was not doing that before. So I just think all of those things combined just really have helped me, like just be more, I guess, happy in a sense, because I was very much like just down
Yeah.
before.
Okay, yeah. So you mentioned feeling down before, really down in the dumps, I think I heard you say
Yeah.
before you started trying something new, and you mentioned feeling happy. Um, Anything else to come to mind for you as far as how you feel after you're able to use those interventions?
Um, I feel less stressed for sure. I think just like reaching out to my husband, asking for help when I need it. And that was another thing that we kind of talked about, like using your spouse to just
Hmm.
kind of help. And um, I know that was a very very difficult thing for me to do, just to say I needed help. So that was definitely another thing, but it's definitely just come natural almost now, where before it was not. It was
Hmm.
like non-existent.
Hmm.
So it's just almost like looking back at everything from the beginning, it's almost mind-blowing that it's just like a 180 almost.
That's so good to hear. I'm so happy for you. It really sounds like you've been putting in the work too. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I really have. And I know it almost felt impossible at first, but
mhm.
once I like really tried and put in effort, it really has made a difference. And I I don't ever want to like go back to things like that.
Mhm.
I really just want to continue using the tools that I've learned,
Yeah.
um, and just continue to do better every day and ask for help when I need to, or anything like that.
Yeah, you kind of answered my next question. I was going to ask you throughout this month that we've been working together, I was wondering kind of what you've learned about yourself and what insights you've gained in the
Oh
last
yeah.
month that you, yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely just like learned about me and like my needs,
Hmm.
and um just that I need help sometimes, and that's okay. Like
Hmm.
that it's okay to need help.
Hmm.
Um so I definitely I'm definitely thankful that I've learned all the things that I have, because
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done that on my own at all.
Mm, yeah. Um, and my other question was going to be, what interventions did you find most helpful? And you kind of answered that as well.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of did. But I think the probably the number one that was most helpful was just honestly asking for help,
Yeah.
because I think that's relieved a lot. It was less pressure, I think, once I did ask for help. So I guess just like asking for help, but like voicing my opinion, and
Hmm.
then it was okay to do that, like just asking for help, and feeling okay with asking for help too, because I know that I did really struggle with that too. Um,
Hmm.
it's like we talked at the beginning about like moms don't need help.
Right.
Um, so I think that was just like a huge one for me, but
Yeah.
it was probably the most helpful for sure.
Yeah, just kind of letting go and understanding that, it's okay to ask for help. And
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so I'm wondering, we talked about you kind of reaching the goals that you set at the beginning of our sessions, and it sounds like you're feeling pretty good about where you're at now. I want to talk about how you feel about possibly this being one of our last sessions.
Um, yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot while I've done our sessions and everything, and
Mhm.
I think if I continue to use them, like I think it's manageable,
Mhm.
and I do think like it's about that time to kind of um, like stop and just to see what I can do, um, and then of course, like if there was anything, I'll just come back. But yeah, I think it would be a good stopping point, honestly.
Mhm. To maybe, yeah, or we can always visit something else that you would like to talk about. If anything else comes up, you're always welcome to check back in, and we can set some new goals and work on some other things. But I just kind of wanted to leave that up to you as far as what you would like to do next and what you think would be best for you.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think that I'm good with stopping.
Hmm.
Um, I feel really confident in the things that I've learned and
Hmm.
using them on a daily.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, it's been such a pleasure working with you. And I've really enjoyed seeing you reach your goals. And anytime you ever want to talk about anything else, I'm definitely here. You know how to reach me. Um,
Thank you. I really have appreciated, like, I mean, just all of it. You were very patient with me and just really helping me and setting the goals that I needed to set.
yeah. All right. Well, so good talking to you. And like I said, you know where to reach me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Stop recording.